fam 305. Yes, we live. The fam 305. Take a ride. The fam 305. Yes, all night. The fam 305. Let's get right. The fam 305. Sit back and take a ride. The fam 305. Let Guru pick your mind. The fam 305. Mama G ready all the time. The fam 305. K-Dub sniping on the right. The fam 305. Dre talking ish all night. The fam 305. Like, share, and subscribe. The fam 305. The fam 305. The fam 305. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, no pa tanto. No pa tanto. Hey, no pa tanto. Hey, no pa tanto. No pa tanto. No pa tanto. No pa tanto.
There you go.
All right, y'all. Here's your host for tonight for the Fam 305 podcast.
Yeah, that's horrible when people don't come. That's the worst. No pa tanto.
Whoa, that was loud.
Yeah. Yo,
Yo, what's up?
what up? What up? I was just
What's
about to
up,
go to
son?
sleep.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I was in the bar and I was talking to people, and it's not one of those. Can't do a podcast when I'm talking to a bunch of people, man. That just wouldn't be good etiquette.
What's
You
up
know,
with
but
K-Dub?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he's on his still driving. Is he arrived at his location? I don't know.
Excellent.
God damn. Hey, after you got the virus, that cough, does that shit last? Cause I've had this cough
Yeah,
for like fucking
lasts for
2 weeks now, man.
it lasts for like 2 months,
Fucking hate it,
at least for
bro.
me.
I hate it. I have this cough, and it's like I feel like, it just nothing comes out. It's like something's in
It's
there
a
and it just
dry
won't come
cough.
out. Yeah, I hate it. I
Yeah.
fucking hate it, bro. I hate it. I hate it. I hate China. Fucking China. I blame them for this shit. Dumb fucks.
Yeah, well, that's what they're making it. Yeah.
I know, but it's like, damn, bro, making me miserable. Like I feel like I'm such a fucking weirdo
Yeah.
for this shit.
Imagine
But
having it twice.
yeah, nah, I'm good. But whatever. I'll probably get it again. You know how it is. Look, I live my life. I may say a lot of things to be careful, but I go out. I was at a bar right now. I give everyone daps. I saw people that I haven't seen in a long time. Whatever, bro. I live my life.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it's you
It's
or
all
me,
good.
but nah. But man,
Yeah, I was.
I do my shit, bro. I don't, whatever is what it
Mhm.
is, man. But
Yeah.
again, I put some faith in science, but I also know they're out to get us too. So it's a double-edged sword, man. I make a decision and I live with it. That's it,
Yes, sir.
right?
You got to
You
do
know.
what you feel.
But
Yeah.
I know we talked the other day.
Mhm.
What the fuck's going on in Russia, bro?
Yeah, it's
What's
gonna
going on in
happen.
Ukraine? What's going on?
Oh,
Why?
Ukraine.
Now,
Why?
I heard, and let me tell you, I heard from someone. They said that, and I don't know how true this is, but they said that
Mhm.
Ukraine, a lot of the vaccines, a lot of the medical,
Mhm.
the shit that they're making, a lot of that comes
Mhm.
out of Ukraine, and that's why Russia is trying to get over there because they're just trying to like either shut it down or do
Yeah.
something. So I don't know, man. You hear all kinds of things. What's
Yeah.
true?
What
What's lies?
the
What's fake
Ukraine?
news?
The thing is like the Ukraine and like Crimea. That whole area is it's a stronghold for the cabal, and they do shit there where they got a little stronghold there, so they don't want to lose it. So that's like a command post for them. You know what I mean? That's like one of the last ones. And I think there's
Ukraine.
Ukraine and Crimea. There's like Crimea has like nine pyramids there.
Now Crimea is already owned. I mean, Russia took Crimea in 2014, so they already have some control of Ukraine. And then they've been fucking around with the Ukrainians in eastern Ukraine. So like now, I mean, they're putting all this shit together. Like for them to do this, it's like, okay, you're gonna have to invade, because like to put all these forces in what they're doing, I mean, they have to do something, right? I mean, they're gonna have to invade, right?
Yeah, they're gonna take Ukraine back. It's not like a question of when. Like, is it gonna? They're gonna do it. It's just a question of when. Like,
But
because
what's gonna happen? What's the response? Like, what's the
well,
cause and effect? Like, you know?
well, I think Putin is gonna he's gonna do it, and then if the United States step in, then they're gonna try to act like the big guys. But I don't know. My thing is this is gonna determine how many people are behind Biden, because the military is split. So I don't know how many people are behind Biden. You know what I mean?
So
Because they know that Russia is not the enemy, but for TV, the enemy is the cabal. So it's
yeah, but
not the
Biden's not gonna send troops to Ukraine to defend Ukraine. Like they've already said, like if you do this, we're gonna do all kinds of sanctions, and we're gonna cripple, and then we're gonna strengthen
it's
the
bullshit.
eastern part of the NATO alliance, like Poland, Romania. They're gonna
Yeah,
put troops,
NATO.
but they're not gonna attack Russia. That's
No, no, no,
stupid.
no.
Like there's no reason for them to do that.
No, yeah, they're gonna support NATO because NATO's cabal. So that's what Biden's gonna do. But it ain't
Right.
gonna be. He'll be stupid to try to act like That's why Putin is strutting his shit right now. He's putting his you know what I'm saying. He's gonna show the world, like, he's trying to expose Biden and the cabal. So that's what he's basically doing.
And what's the aim? Just to what? To
The
bring down the
aim,
cabal?
yeah, to bring
What's the
down the
goal?
cabal, because the cabal is in everything. They've corrupted everything. So
Well, I mean,
he's trying to show them that he could take back Ukraine. He's gonna take back Ukraine, and they ain't gonna do nothing about it.
which was part of the Soviet Union back in the day.
Right.
And like I said, I
See,
mean,
Ukraine is like the New York of the United States. You know that, right? Like the original, like when people came from the British, they left the British and they founded America. Like the 13 colonies.
yeah.
Ukraine is like New York and the 13 colonies. It's like the hub. You know what I mean?
So
It's
what?
like
Russia's like, we got to bring them back into the fold?
yeah. Because Putin is part of the old USSR.
Right. He's
But he
KGB.
doesn't. Right, but he doesn't. It's not like he wants it to be communist. I don't think. You know
Yeah,
what I
he's a
mean?
mobster. He's a
He wants
Russian
it.
mobster.
Yeah, but he wants it to be Russia. He wants the original Russia. He wants it to make it better. He wants it to be better. But you don't understand that all of countries are ran by mobsters. Everything. The
I
cabal
agree.
is just a bigger mobsters. They're just worldwide.
Yeah.
They're Mossad, they're KGB, they're everything. The CIA, everything.
Well, I just think it's going to make things worse for the world, because now you're going to have rising prices. I mean, Lebanon, 70% of their fucking food imports, their wheat, comes from Ukraine. So if Russia shuts down the borders and blocks the ports, people are going to starve. Like there's going to be a cascade of events that's going to really cause trouble. And I don't know if this kicks off. You guys talk about the Great Reset, or shit's about to go down. Like, what do you think's gonna, like, what's the end? Is this gonna cause more issues? Like, is China gonna now get involved in Taiwan? I mean, what do you think? What do you think this is gonna cause, other
I
than
mean,
what's going on in Ukraine? What's the
yeah.
macro effects?
Well, their thing is to expose the cabal. So if
Right.
they're gonna attack these strongholds. So what they want to do is they don't want to they don't want to they're gonna go out fighting. They're not gonna let like little shit go. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, the thing is they don't have no more money, but they do have power. You know what I mean? They don't have money. Um,
Right.
so there is gonna be a global reset. They're gonna change the money. It's already changed. They're scrambling to make a war happen that is not gonna ever happen because nobody's gonna join in because everybody knows that it's all cabal ran. It's cabal influence.
Right.
So yeah.
Now you also mentioned, we talked another time, that you said something's going on in Britain right now with the Queen, and there's rumors
hmm
that something's going on with her. What's going on there?
Well, yeah, I heard that she already died, and they're just waiting to announce that she's dead. You know what I mean?
And
So
why is that such an important event?
because if you know anything about the Illuminati and about how the world runs, the British they're the bank of the world. So if the Queen dies, that means that there's no more bank. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they got a secession plan. You got you
Yeah.
got Prince Charles, and you got the fucking son.
Yeah, but that's why I mean, if you look at what's been happening, you got Prince Andrew who's getting accused of pedophilia. You got Harry who left with his girl.
Markle,
It's
yeah,
like in shambles. It's in shambles.
yeah,
Okay, it's breaking up. So if the queen dies, then that's like no stability. But it goes to show you that, like, to me, I think that's just gonna be like the icing on the cake. So but they're gonna try to make it something spectacular. They're gonna try to do something about it. You know what I mean?
wow. Well,
So,
I don't know. And another thing I heard today.
hmm
I don't know if you heard this, but they said that tomorrow or today, we're actually after midnight. That we're recording on the 13th now. That during the Super Bowl, that something's gonna happen, either an earthquake or some kind of event's gonna happen in
mm,
California. You've heard anything
mm,
like that, or is that something that you've come
nah,
across or no?
I don't think so. There's
Yeah.
too much money involved, and nothing's gonna happen. There's too much
Yeah.
money. That's a cabal ran. California is remember, like, earthquakes. They're controlled. They're done by the cabal. They're done by Illuminati. They're done by secret. These people, they got to control the weather, hurricanes, and earthquakes.
Yep.
So they
I
will
talked to
not.
somebody about
They
that
will
today.
not. They don't. They're not gonna put an earthquake in a place where they're gonna make their last little bit of money that they can make. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Unless
Yeah, I
unless
was
they
kind of
unless they want to do some real damage and do some 9/11 shit, which I
yeah,
wouldn't put it
collect some
past them.
insurance. Collect
But
some insurance money.
there's too many important people in one place.
Right.
You understand?
Right. It's a
It's
big
not gonna
corporate
happen.
event. That's a big corporate
Yeah,
event.
it's a big fucking dick suckers.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I don't know,
yeah,
dude. I just it's just getting crazy. Rising prices, um, truckers,
yeah.
there's
I
issues
would
going on in
say to
Canada.
try to stock up on shit because they're gonna get desperate and try to do some shit. You know what I mean? I mean, they. I know everybody. I've been telling people that, but I stopped telling people that. But I
You
would
have
be seriously go get something to have like for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because
yeah.
you know, from what I hear in my sources, there's
Yeah.
gonna be emergency broadcast systems,
Mhm.
and they're gonna, it's like breaking down because you know, the whole city is just breaking down. You know,
Rome is
I'm
falling.
talking. Yeah, I'm talking about like Washington.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Well, I don't know,
I
man.
mean, things on TV. The thing is people. There's too much shit on TV. You gotta understand that the corporations that run the TV is the same corporations that run in the world. So they're
Right.
not. They will not. You know, they're not gonna show any of the protests that's going on in Europe. They're not. When have you heard of any of the countries that lifted the mandates on masks? They're not going to report that. Why? Because they want everybody to be still and scared. You know what I mean?
Right.
They want
Right.
they want to keep the pandemic on. They want to keep everybody scared.
Pandemic.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
man. I
You know,
just I wait, and I think personally, I think Russia's gonna invade tomorrow during the Super Bowl because they always say, "Oh, it's gonna be Wednesday." It's rumored to be Wednesday, and they're getting prepared.
they're
Well, you
never
know,
gonna do it.
choreographed. You know.
Then they will never do. They're not gonna do something that they say it's a date. They don't do that, dog. You don't give
Right.
your enemy. You don't give your
Right.
enemy a
I agree.
date. You don't
I
do that.
agree.
That's
That's
stupid.
why I'm thinking tomorrow. I'm thinking during the Super Bowl. Remember, most people are watching. Why not let people know what's going on? Because everyone's watching the Super Bowl. I mean, the most watched event in the world, any one day. Why not attack at that point or do whatever? Take out who you need to take out to let
Yeah,
everyone know, hey, we're on notice. We did what we
yeah,
did. We're
but
doing what we're doing.
you know that every war and every like attack is not like surprise. It's already warned. You know what I mean? They don't do it
Yeah.
like they tell them, hey, we're gonna do it on this day. You know, I
Well,
don't see why they would do it on a weekend. They would. I don't think they would. I don't think they would.
surprise. No, well, they said Wednesday, so I don't know, man. I just
They wouldn't do it on they're not gonna do it on the day they say they are. You know, that's the
that's what I'm
stupidest.
saying. I heard Wednesday. Wednesday was
Yeah.
the day, and now it's like, okay, well, if it's Wednesday, then I mean, you don't tell your enemies, oh yeah, we're coming
Right.
on this day
Exactly.
at this
That's the
time,
art of war. That's the art of
right?
war.
Art of war, right? You know,
Well, you know,
so
it's isn't it 1 year after Biden it was a year already passed, right?
yeah, oh yeah, it's been over a
So,
year.
you know, that there's a like a the art of if you read the book of Art of War,
Yeah,
like you have to wait a year to invade, or you let it's like kind of like the police, you know, like the CIA and the FBI.
mm,
They catch somebody doing fucked up shit and they let them do it. So they build up a case and they build up all the shit and let them do whatever the fuck they want to do, and
yeah,
then they come down on them. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, no, for sure.
So
You
you know,
sit and lie, you lie and wait, and you let your whoever's doing what they're doing, you let them, and you continue to
right,
watch, and you wait, and then you time
right. So
your response. Timing is everything. You
right,
know,
right. So if you know, if they took if they stole the election from Trump and they let Biden,
allegedly, allegedly.
act, yeah, allegedly, um, and if they let they're just gonna let him do whatever the hell he wants, so he could build up the case. So I mean, whatever. So we'll
We'll
see
see.
what happens.
Well,
You
like
know.
I said, this is I just like I said, I wanted to do a quick take on this, and we'll
Yeah,
see what
you know,
happens, and
it's not even about I mean whatever happened with Trump, but it's about the treason on all the people involved in this type of thing.
right,
Trump. Let's just say hypothetically that Trump once he stole because they rigged the election for Hillary to win. Let me just run it down. They
yep,
stole they stole it from Hillary because Hillary had it hacked to win 2016. Trump wins.
allegedly,
The
yeah,
the allegedly they get pissed off because they know that Trump knows that they're gonna do something to him so he can lose the election or get removed. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they set their traps for everything. They put in blockchain things on the voting, everything you could think of. They know that they're gonna rig it back so they win. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they have all the evidence to show, but it's just like any criminal, any these people. You're the police and you're setting up a thing. You let them do it.
Right.
So when they get all the evidence and they show it, and then that's up to everybody if they're gonna believe it or not. Whatever you want to believe, but
Of course.
they're gonna have the evidence to show. You know what I mean? And they're gonna let it happen. That's just how most police work happen
All right. Well,
in a sting operation, allegedly.
well, like I said, you can always argue and say that Trump in 16 was given help to win because Hillary
Of
was
course,
going to win, and
he
the
did.
Russians came in
He
and
did.
said, no, we're gonna make sure you win because we can't have Hillary to win because we know Hillary's no fan of Russia, no fan of Putin, and the part of the cabal, whatever, all the stuff that went down. So they partook in some shady work. So it's like,
You got
okay,
to.
so does the
But
ends, yeah, but does the means fit the ends? I mean, like okay, so the
but you
both
think,
sides are doing this shit, right? I mean,
of course they are, because what do you
okay.
think, that this is a nice game? This is dirty.
Oh
This
no,
is
I
dirty.
know
This
politics
is
is
what I'm
dirty.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a dirty game, but you think that
big
it's
time.
all nice and games. These
No,
people, this is a dirty game with a lot of corruption. So
big
they
time.
have to play hardball too. They have to play the role like they're like, like when Trump was firing people, he was firing people because he was finding out that most of these people are fucking double agents. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
some of the people you got to keep as guinea pigs and as bait, and keep them like, oh yeah, no, there are our friends, but not really, because
Keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
exactly. So that's just a art of war type shit, where you keep these people
Yep.
in your camp, just so they think that the cabal thinks that, oh, we got him because he's one of our assets, but in reality they're singing like a canary. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I look at Trump overall, and I just say I understand the concept and everything that's going on, but like of all people, they pick a New York, basically a property owner, landlord, a slumlord landlord, to
Right.
basically bring down the single largest
But he's a business,
multinational. He's a
what you know,
businessman, right? He's a
he's a
businessman.
businessman, to
Yeah.
break it down, because he was the only type of guy that could go in and deal with you're talking about a slumlord, but we're talking about dealing with
Yeah.
a pedophile ring, world
Right.
racketeering
Which
cabal, like
which
and
which
at the end
he
of the
may be
day, I'm not.
involved in that too, right?
Of
Because
course,
he
of
was
course
friends
he's
with.
involved. Of course he's
That's
involved
what I'm
in it.
saying.
Why?
Like he's part of that world
Yeah, but
in
like,
some
you think
ways.
that you think like he's a Epstein. He's not a Epstein. He's an
But he was
asset.
friends with Epstein.
Of course,
He
you
took
have to be
pictures
friends.
with him. He party with
That
him.
doesn't mean you take pictures with gang members
Of
and
course.
people who.
Of
Okay, but
course.
does that make you a gang member?
No,
No.
but if you have multiple pictures and you've been
But
known,
you,
like
yeah,
look,
you're
what's the
not.
most what's yeah, but what's the most common,
It.
like Occam's razor? What is more likely? This guy was involved with it with him and probably had relations, or he was
What you don't.
undercover and he was there to
You don't.
fucking blow it up. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
In
You
my
don't.
opinion.
What you need to understand is that these people that deal with the negativity, and to get into this type of lifestyle and this type of
Mhm.
undercover secrecy, you have to do slimy shit or they won't let you in. You know
Right.
that? Do you understand that?
No, no,
So,
no. You gonna have to, of course. How are you
of
gonna?
course, damn
But
right.
about
Because,
him, of all
but
people.
the thing,
Yeah,
him of all people, who
yeah.
who who would you want in then? You
I
want
don't
Mitt
know.
Romney? He's a fucking you want, who do you want? Like,
I don't
All these
know.
other guys are cabal. All these other guys, what you don't understand is all these other people are already compromised.
I know
People in the
that.
Senate, Republicans, Democrats, they're already in the
But his
cabal. They're
listen,
already blackmailed. There's no
but
way.
I get it.
Even Trump is probably blackmailed. But there's a
But
way.
his
There's a little chance that he's working for the good side. And now what I'm saying is like the better side, not even the good side, because they're both corrupt. But like the part of him trying to help the white hat, fucking around with the black, the whole cabal is negative. You know what I mean? He's just a part. He's just a pawn that is being used by the white hat and the military to kind of dissemble it and to kind of to bring some type of. He's not like Pete. You think that he's like the ultimate. There's so many thousands of people
no,
that are
no, no.
involved in it,
He's lower end. But I
but they
just
need. You got to understand everything on Earth is ran by TV, and he's a TV snakesman. He's a TV personality,
yeah.
so people could swallow the truth better.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Like I said, I think he's just a guy he's about making money. He's always been about making money. The presidency for him was to make money for him and others, and
Right.
all this other stuff. I think it's. I mean, hey, maybe he is, but he's a businessman, and businessmen they're all about making money. And his presidency was all about making money. And the whole time he was in office, he tried
All
making
bit,
money, and he did make money.
all presidents make mad money.
Right. Yes, they
Okay,
do.
so
But a
what's the
lot of them
difference?
make money after the presidency. Like after they leave, they start doing the book deals.
Yeah,
They got the library,
yeah,
and
because they don't
he was
tell you
doing
what
it
they
all
do.
throughout, and he's still
They
doing
don't
it,
tell
which
you.
is
They
fine.
don't tell you. Okay. Yeah, they
Look,
don't tell you. They don't tell you how much money they make on the
of
side.
course,
You don't know that. You don't know how much Trump
maybe,
made on the side. You know what I
maybe,
mean? They,
but he
this
knows. But
this is
listen, he knows the tax code. He knows how to hide
of
money.
course,
They've already
of course.
shown this. So, like I
He
said, it's
knows how to.
somebody like
This is
him.
why they hate
I
him. This
just
is why they hate. You know why they hate him, right? Because he knows how to manipulate the tax system, the IRS system, where he doesn't pay taxes.
right.
Why? Because he's smarter than them, and he knows that the IRS knows that they can't fuck with him.
Oh, he has
Well, so you're
accountants and
mad. So
lawyers.
why do you have to be mad about if you're being smarter than everybody? Why
Not
are you mad
mad.
about that?
Not mad. But I look at him and I say, okay, they make him out to be such looking out for us, and he's not. He's looking out for himself, like every other politician. That's my whole point with him.
I,
Again, he looks out for
he's
himself
looking
and
out
his
for
own. He
himself.
don't look out for
If
me.
he's
He
so
don't look
rich,
out for you.
he's so rich, you're so rich, and he's so involved with everything. He doesn't need to be in this shit. You know that, right? He don't need
Yeah,
to
but
be involved in politics. But
yeah, but
why is
remember,
he?
who is he
Because
looking out for?
he knows that the cabal is in charge. He knows that the cabal runs shit, and he wants to get them out. And he's the only one that could expose them.
He
That's the problem.
he can't help himself. In my opinion, he can't help himself. He loves his name.
Yeah, you
His
can't
name is
have, you
worth
don't
something.
understand, bro. You don't understand it.
Like I said, all will be revealed. I always say, listen, the game is on, and all this stuff's getting ready to happen. Well, let's see what gets revealed, because in my
Yeah.
opinion, I think the current government that we have right now, they're not going to do shit to Trump, because Trump's got dirt on them, and Trump is using them as levers. Like, hey, if you
Hmm.
come after me, I'm gonna run for president. I'm gonna fuck shit up. So I think nothing's gonna happen to him. I think things 2 years. Things are gonna go down. I don't think anything's gonna get too crazy, but I
They're
just
just
think
gonna show.
he's a survivor.
No, they're gonna show how corrupt this whole shit is. They're gonna let everybody dig their own grave. They're
Good.
gonna let the Biden administration dig their own grave.
Yeah.
They're gonna let
I'm
all this shit
I'm
happen so
okay with that.
everybody gets exposed. You
I'm
know what I
okay
mean?
with that. I'm okay with
and
that. Like I
and
said,
everybody's gonna see, and and they're gonna expose the virus. They're gonna expose everything, and
yeah.
people are gonna be like, "Fuck!" They're not gonna know what the hell to do. But this is what we need. This is is when we need to wake people up. This is gonna happen. But
That's
you're
why.
gonna see
That's why
how
we
the
have.
cabal. You're gonna see the true colors of the cabal. You're gonna see how they're gonna keep. They're gonna try to do crazy shit, put out more viruses and all that shit, and get everybody vaccinated because it's their last little swing.
I
So
think we'll see. You know, like I said, we'll see. And like I always say, as long as the check clears, and you know, I'm gonna do my thing, and we'll see what happens.
yeah.
You know, I'll take another booster if anything,
Oh yeah.
so I can glow in the
Because
dark.
the virus is so deadly that 13 countries already uplifted all the vaccine mandates.
Well, viruses as they mutate in this case, they actually they're not as strong because the first version was strong, and then
Mm.
these are actually weaker. They're more contagious, but they're weaker. So I get why countries are like, you know what, we need to move on from this.
Right.
We can't use this as well. Oh my God, if you get it, you're gonna die. They have to live with it. You know, at some point you got to say,
Right.
listen, we got to live
At
with
some
this.
right.
We
At
got to
some
live with it,
point.
like the flu. We got to deal with this like
At,
the flu, right?
right. Well, it is the flu.
Okay,
So
that's what I'm saying. Well, it's a version
but
of
my
COVID.
thing is
So
that
okay, all
they
right.
come up with a un FDA approved vaccine that they want everybody to get jabbed up with in less than a year, and it's like, and then
Yeah,
everybody does it.
but the mRNA, this type of vaccine, the technology's been around for many years. So
Oh
it's been
yeah.
around for a while,
Well, how
but
come all of a sudden
because there was
they're
an
just
importance, they had to get it done. I
right,
mean,
right. They
they
got to get it done.
utilize a lot of companies to get this shit done. I mean,
Hmm.
you know, they saw what was going on. But like I said, I look, I hear you about, you know, the viruses, but it is what it is. You know, a lot of people died. You know, they can say whatever they
Right.
want.
Everybody
People
dies
died.
though. This is
Right.
everybody dies. Everybody
But
dies
it
of
could be avoidable. It could be avoidable.
yeah, yeah.
It
Everything's
can
avoidable.
be.
Let me tell you what's not avoidable: death.
Well, no, death, but when? You know, if you say I
Right.
don't care, I'm not gonna take care of myself. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna live my life. I don't give a fuck what you say. Well, you should do it. Well, I don't care. Then you could die sooner. Then somebody says, okay, I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna exercise. Of course, death comes. We are a finite. We're a finite species. You know, our physical
Uh,
form don't last but 100 years, 80 to 100 years. But why not? And again, this is a trust issue, and trust with science, trust with government, trust what people are putting out there. Hey, take this. This will help you. It'll help you. It'll keep you from
if
going
you
to the hospital, maybe
right.
dying. But again,
Uh,
people don't trust science because they think the government's out to get them. And I'm okay.
right.
I respect. I'm not. You know, I'm not poop booing you or anyone else that doesn't want to take it. I just say, hey,
Trust me.
listen. If shit
Hey,
happens, shit happens. That's
I'm
your
the last
choice.
I'm the last of the Mohicans that have
Right,
not taken the vaccine
right,
from I ain't getting no jab.
right. That's
Okay?
fine. I just,
And
you know,
I'll take all the at the end of the day, this is just to prove. Yeah, I'm gonna have my day to show why I did this for, and you're
we'll
gonna see.
see. We'll
You're gonna
see.
see what happens.
I just know that over the last, I mean, more than 200 years, science has provided us cures to
Oh
smallpox. Right? There's all kinds of diseases that have been cured. But when we come up to this, and science once again steps up to the plate, all of a sudden there's mistrust. And I think there's elements and there's people that are sowing distrust in that. And I don't think it's fair because it's like I don't think, and again, in my opinion, I don't think they're doing this, making this
well,
vaccine to fucking kill people and make them into
they
mindless zombies, according to some
no
people. What it's
what?
doing, I think it's
Listen, they
actually
can't kill.
helping.
No, they can't kill everybody, bro.
Of course
Imagine the
not.
vaccine was to kill everybody. Then
Exactly.
60,
So then why?
70% of the people. No. But you got
So
to
then why have the
understand this
vaccine
though. But you got to why to have the vaccine?
then? Yeah.
They got to
Why?
keep because they got to keep the obeyers alive. If they say everybody has to get the vaccine, they
Yeah.
want the people that stays alive.
Right. Okay.
They want the people that obey. Listen to me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They want the people who are the followers of
Right.
the science. They want these people because they're gonna listen. And if they say no, you need to get 27 boosters. You're gonna get this booster next week.
Right.
Everybody's gonna line up. But if you have people that are rebels, that are not gonna follow directions, that are gonna say why is this, why is that? They don't want those types of people. Why? Because they're gonna fight them. They're gonna fight and rebel.
So the control, the vaccine is a control feature, like religion, like government, like rules, like norms. It's another way of control, right? Is this what you're saying? It's a form of control. Okay. And I can see where that comes from, but again, at the end of the day, we're born into control. We're raised to learn, do this, do that, don't do that. We're born into our religions, different religions. We go to school, we're educated. Okay? Some people are educated, say, well, listen, you do this, you do that, you follow directions, you know the government's, and then you have others that say, fuck the government, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not listening. Because I don't want them to control my life. But again, we're already conditioned, and some aren't. Some get out of it. You get out of that mindset. I just have like you said, they want to keep people alive. Well, fuck yeah, I don't want to die. Why not?
No.
So if I have to take a shot so I don't die, fine. What's the problem with not dying now?
It's
die
control.
later. Of course.
They're controlling you. They're controlling you with fear.
Yes.
They're telling you don't want to die. Take this shot.
Right.
But how many? Of course, people died from COVID.
People
because
died from,
most of the people that died are older and people with problems. But the majority of people that got COVID did not die.
No, you're right. And that's where we look at
that's
this.
How they
and
control
say,
everybody.
Right. But again, do you sit down and do you say, okay, there's this new virus. People are dying. You know what? It's like the flu. Let's just put our hands down. Fuck it. Whoever gets it gets it. You get sick.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that the countries, their response, the governments of the world, is to say, oh well, we're not going to utilize the shit that we have in front of us, the tools or the companies and the governments to actually try to help people to get over this? I mean, you want them to say, oh well, get sick, COVID's out there, however it came about, whether it be China, Wuhan, a bat, somebody fucking got sick eating bats.
It
do you want them to put their hands down and let everybody get sick?
No, it goes back to control because it goes back to fear. The fear porn. So what they got to do is they got to come up with an antidote to keep everybody calm, because it's just like you. What you need to understand is the way the control mechanism is to keep the people, keep the people on dependency on the government. They're gonna say, well, what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Right.
And they're gonna say, guess what? I have a magical shot.
Yes.
That's not gonna do nothing, but you should take it because you're not gonna die.
Right.
And you can take it. And that's it.
No, I look, I'm not disagreeing with you. It's a control. I get it, but I come at it also. I think it's helping. I think it does. And this is where we differ. You say no. It's not of any use. But again, the stats
still getting
everybody. Yes, people are still gonna get
everybody I know who got COVID. Everybody I know who got COVID has the vaccine.
I got it.
And you got the vaccine, right? Right. So what did it help? What did it help?
Maybe I didn't end up in the hospital. Again, I won't know because I took the shot.
Exactly.
See?
So you know what that is? That's a mind control mechanism.
Right.
It's a mind control mechanism.
Right. But it's medicine.
No. It's a mind control mechanism. They lied to you to tell you so you could get the vaccine. So then how can you prove that? How can you prove that you would have gone to the hospital or not? I didn't take the vaccine. I didn't go to the hospital.
Maybe your immune system
I got sick as fuck. No. I'm fat. I got asthma. I got all type of problems. I got a fatty liver. and I
Yeah.
still didn't go to the hospital. You know why? Because I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna let that shit make me go to the hospital. I was doing
Again,
everything I could to not do that.
right. Your body fought it off. You did everything you could.
Right, but
But
why wouldn't you give yourself your own the same chance? No, you
because
want somebody to save you. And this is the
look,
part of the control mechanism that what the government is selling to everybody.
again, well, I guess most people are like me because the majority of the population get the shot. Now the minority, they're rebels. And good or bad,
Right.
okay, fine.
It's
They
just
don't feel
like
they need
Star
that
Wars.
help. That's fine.
It's like Star
That's
Wars,
fine.
bro.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
like Star Wars.
again, it's all about the strong. The strong survive. The people in power want to stay in power, and this virus was created in a lab. Now it's a version of a virus that's been out there forever. The flu is a version of COVID. Okay, it's a different version. They created this in the lab. Somebody fucked up over there. Now we can sit there and go over who did what and did the government
Hmm.
fund the U.S. But China
Hmm.
fucking let this out. And how we
Hmm.
responded, the world. I mean, they had to respond. Now whether it was already pre-planned, fine. But needless to say, this shit came out of China. This didn't come out of nowhere. But again, we
Hmm.
could argue whether it was pre-planned or not. We can argue whether this shot is gonna
I'm
help
not
or
gonna
not.
argue about that. I mean,
So
I
I
know
mean,
that.
I know, and it's like, you know, like I said, you take the information given, you sit there and look at
But
it,
the problem,
but it's a
yeah,
trust issue. At the end of the day, it's a trust issue. Do you
the
trust the
people,
people above you? Do you trust the
the
government? Do you trust the
people,
people in
the
power? You know,
people, the people don't want to hear, because the media will make all the conspiracy, quote unquote, conspiracy theories about China and all this and that.
Mhm, mhm.
The media is gonna make China. They're not gonna make China look bad on TV because China's the big brother of the media. They get ran. They're part of the whole secret society control mechanism of
Right,
the world. They're not gonna
right,
make China look bad.
bro.
Okay, they're
When
not gonna say that.
listen in November, November, December, January, so going into 2020, I was already on Twitter. I had already seen numerous videos from people that were showing that what was going on in China. People were getting sick. They were boarding up fuckers, people's houses. Anyone that had it, the whole family would be boarded in. They
Welded.
wouldn't let them out. They were walking
Yeah,
around the streets with guns, forcing people. They were picking people up. I watched these videos. I knew this was coming 3 months. I knew this shit after Christmas. I knew, oh man, it's gonna get bad. I saw
hmm
this. This shit was crazy. And you're saying the media, yeah, they didn't report this. They didn't report it at
yeah.
all.
Why you think?
Yeah, I want to know why. Because they wanted to keep it
Yeah.
under wraps. They thought maybe, okay, China, maybe they'll control it. They couldn't control it. And then people were coming over here. And then the president, the white knight, you say, he let people come over, right? They knew
hmm
about it, and then they minimized it. They said, "Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing." And maybe
There's
it isn't nothing. But I mean, shit, they could have done more. Our government, who
yeah.
supposedly
There's
eventually
no
helped
way to
us,
control that, bro.
I know. Look, it was already out.
You're trying to act like you're
Just
gonna
saying,
control a
you
virus. There's
can't.
no way of controlling it.
No, but I'm
There's no
saying they
way.
minimized it. They minimized it. They said, "Oh, it's nothing. We're gonna solve it. We're gonna, this guy," and he didn't, and it got worse. And maybe
Oh
he could have
God.
delayed. Maybe
Listen,
it's
listen.
truth.
You got.
It's happened.
Yeah, I know, but you
So,
want one guy to to change everything. It's not
but
gonna
he's a
happen.
leader.
This was
He was a
yes,
leader.
but this was put on him to
Mhm.
get him out. They did it.
Yeah.
They released it so they could get him out.
Mm,
That's
yeah.
that's just a part of the game. They why they ain't release it? Why they ain't do that at the beginning of when his presidency? Nah, they knew they had to time it. So right before he left, so it looks bad when the time of the election comes.
Mm.
He ain't gonna get reelected. right?
Yeah, well, it worked. It worked, right? Well,
Of
supposedly.
course, it's gonna work.
And
Yeah.
a couple other things. He released the funding, so every year you have a budget. In 2019, he cut the funding for that particular department that dealt with infectious diseases. He cut it like 70% of the funding. The
Mm.
department that would have dealt with this type of outbreak, he cut it because apparently, I guess he felt like it wasn't important. And then I think sometime in 2019, they released. I know, boring stuff here. They released a report talking about, hey, what if,
Mm.
I think Bill Gates, or I think our buddy Bill Gates, or you call him evil, but they released something. They say, hey, what would happen if a virus of infectious disease would be released on, and they had like a doomsday scenario. So I don't know if they were foreshadowing or they knew something was up, but like
Mm.
the plan was in place for this shit to happen. I mean, they cut
Mhm.
the funding so people couldn't even investigate it. Our country did
Mm.
that. This is facts. This is not like me. That you can look this
Mhm.
shit up. They cut the funding for the NIH to look
Mhm.
at diseases like this. So how can
Right.
you help the country? How can you go forward when they cut your funding 70%? That means you got to hire less scientists. You can't. You can't. I mean, they set this up. The United
Mm.
States. I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about the United States. They set this up for where we're at right now.
Mm. Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean,
So who is there to
crazy.
blame? You're gonna blame
Well,
Trump, or
I
is
blame a
that
lot of
is that
people.
a
I blame
okay? That's
China.
what I'm saying. So
I blame
if
Trump's response.
what you need
Yeah,
to, this is something that's
people
planned
died, man.
carefully. It's planned carefully.
Yeah,
It's planned carefully. It's not something that you just say, oh nah, you know what, we're gonna cut this off because we don't need funding for this. Nah, they did it on purpose so he looks like an idiot.
he did it
Okay.
though. That's the problem. Trump's the one who cut the funding. No, it
Right,
wasn't.
right. That's
He cut
that's
it.
what I'm
So
saying.
how is
That's
he?
what I'm
How
saying.
he's the one? I mean,
Okay, right, right, right.
come on.
So what? So what?
So what? We were not. We were ill prepared for
No,
this.
no, no, no. So he cut the funding, and then they
Yeah.
never did research before about it. Come on, man.
No, no, no. They cut the.
Nah.
Look, if I told you instead of having 100 scientists working on different diseases and different, we're going to give you 10. So it's gonna be like
Okay.
shit. How it's gonna take us that much
That
longer to
that's
go
not
through
gonna make.
everything,
Yo, that doesn't make or break a pandemic that happened around worldwide. That's not
right?
gonna
But
change
we're talking
nothing.
about we're talking about
That's
the
not
U.S. The
changing nothing. You
response.
just want to blame. You want to blame him on whatever, but
I
that's fine.
wanna.
It still
You
happened.
gotta
Stop.
blame
Millions of
someone,
people die. Right. It's not him.
right?
It's not him
He
though.
could have. He could have saved more
Blame
people on
China,
their
like
own,
how we talked about. Blame China.
right? China, number
Right.
one. All right, but
Right.
responses. Some countries went into lockdown. The the
Oh
the,
yeah.
the U.S. went into lockdown later. But again, viruses work this way. The first version of a virus, again,
Hmm.
when the Europeans came to the New World, okay,
Oh
when
god.
Columbus came to the New World, they
Hmm.
brought they brought Christianity, which killed Indians because Indians didn't want to change. They also brought their disease, and initially they wiped out a lot of Indians. Why? Because the people here in the New World were not prepared for the shit that was coming over, the viruses, the disease that the Europeans had. So of
It's a
course the first
takeover, bro.
wave,
It's a
right?
takeover.
This is something that you can look at. It's not, oh, they're trying to set people up. It was used for, but this is how viruses work. When your body's not prepared for something like this, a different version of this virus it's never seen before, your immune system is going to get compromised. A lot of people who are weaker or a lot, in essence,
What you
will
need to
die. That's what
understand, dog.
happens with
Just
Indians. That's what happens with these
what
people
you
in the
what
New
you
World.
need to
It works the same
listen. What
way.
what you need to understand is that there's casualties of war, and we're in a war
Yes.
right now, and it's a
Yeah.
war
Well,
of the consciousness,
yeah, it's a
and
war of information,
it's the war of knowledge.
truth. Yeah,
It's the war
truth
of
and
knowledge and truth,
lies.
and a lot
Right.
of people are
Right.
stuck on believing that the TV is
Yeah,
the truth,
that's
and it's
true. I
bullshit.
agree.
It's
I can
bullshit.
agree. I can
Yeah.
agree. It's all
So
about control. But you got to look. People got, and that's why, we have to go out there and we got to tell people, look this shit up. Don't just believe CNN, Fox,
nah,
NBC.
don't believe me.
Go out there. Go out there. Go online. I mean, the internet. There's all kinds of shit out there, but you have to look, and you make a decision, and then you can sit there and say, okay, this is what I believe, because at the
Listen,
end of the day, bro, man, we're hanging by a thread. We're not billionaires. We're not
listen.
fucking Bill Gates. We're not this fucker that owns whoever you name him, Hillary. We're
Right.
not. We're at the bottom of the food chain. So we make our decisions,
Yeah.
we live our lives, and hope to God
But
that we can see our kids. And this is just
yeah,
another
but
shit
what
that
you
we're
know
dealing with.
what? With the people, this mentality that you have that we're at the bottom of the food chain, but we're the
Yeah.
ones that make the whole world go round,
Yes.
and
We
we're
we
being
we hold them
controlled
up.
by just these
Right.
little bit of people.
You're right.
So this is
You're right.
about these people manipulating us and us
Yep.
exposing them.
Yep.
So what
I'm down with that.
what
I'm down with
yeah,
exposing them.
no, yeah, it's gonna
I am.
happen. But the
Good.
problem is that everybody's truth is in their, like, the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Whatever you want to believe is
Right.
whatever you want to believe.
It's true.
I could tell
Yeah.
you a million times, Hillary's a pedophile, there's pedophile
Right.
rings, and then
Right.
and nobody, you're not gonna believe it. We got family members. They're not gonna believe it.
Right.
They're not gonna believe it about aliens. They're
No,
not gonna
Hillary's
believe about
right.
nothing.
Right.
But what I'm
Hillary's a
saying is
scumbag.
that
Mhm.
what's gonna happen is that it's like, again, it's a war over the consciousness, and
Yeah.
until we get a certain amount of people, once things get exposed, a certain amount of people to wake up, that's when things are gonna change. Okay, and that these powers that be know that they're gonna manipulate to the last minute the people who don't believe. They're
Yeah.
going to use them as they use them for thousands of years
We'll
to
see.
make them believe their bullshit.
We'll see.
And they're
Again,
going to make this info for you not to believe the people that are trying to expose them.
again,
Okay?
these powers that be have they've been locked in on us for thousands of years, whether it be religious, um,
It's every angle.
royalties, the royals, every so for that to break free, I don't see it. If it
Yeah.
does happen, so be it. But we're gonna see what happens, and I just like I said, bro,
The
I live my
same
life day to day,
mentality,
bro. That's it.
that same mentality is why we're still in this. The
Yeah.
same
Well,
mentality you're talking about is why we're in this.
listen, I'm in the fishbowl right now. Unfortunately, I see what's around me. Yeah, I would like to be on the outside of that fishbowl and control it, but
Mm.
but my boat is on the sea is so large and my boat is so small. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I would love to be on that other side, and some people say no, I'm gonna be on that other side. I get it and I respect it, but
Yeah, but
I'm
the,
just
the
trying to
the
live my life,
powers
man.
but the let's say the people on the yachts and in the
Yeah,
sea, and you
yeah,
in your little boat,
yeah. I got my little boat,
they
my
know how
dinghy.
to make the waves. They know how to make the waves
Right,
happen
right,
and
right.
rock
But
your
they need
boat.
us. But they need us,
Yeah,
like you said, they need
yeah,
us.
well,
I
yeah,
agree
yeah.
there. They need us,
But you know what? They're gonna continue making the waves in your
of
little boat to
course,
knock you off,
of
and
course.
they're gonna be relaxed. But until everybody gets all their boats and makes waves for them to get off their boat, that's when things change. So
Well, we'll see. But damn good conversation. I enjoyed it. This is not our usual fam
hmm
305, but this is like the a late night, like letting you know what's going on in the world, and you decide
hmm
again. You can agree with me, Dre, but this is why we do these conversations because we want you to think, we want you to make a decision, and maybe it is open your eyes to some things. Maybe it will break you free from that thinking that I may have about how there's control. Or Dre, you may say, "Hey, listen, man, I need to open my eyes and see what's going on and break free from it." So do it, guys. Just read up and you make a decision because I don't want to tell you what's good or what's bad or why I'm right, I'm wrong. No, I'm not doing
hmm
this. And me and Dre can disagree, but I'm telling you, look for yourself and you make a decision. I'm all about people educating themselves and making a decision for themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And you gotta always look at you look at what you support, but then look at the opposite. You gotta look at other side. You have to
Always
look
devil's
at,
advocate.
you know,
Always.
you have to look at the other side and the other people just who's supporting them and who's, you
Right.
know, you have to do your research and then you'll
Yep.
figure out that everybody's in for the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yep. Knowledge is power. I always tell people the more you read up, the more you look shit up, the more knowledge, and then you can make an educated guess. Because, like you said, the
Yeah.
media is gonna dumb you down. They're gonna give you certain information, not gonna give you everything, because they want to control the narrative. They want to control what they want you to know. All sides,
Well,
left, right,
yeah.
and middle. You have to fucking look this shit up. You have to actually look, and you decide. You decide what
Well,
you want to believe, whether it's true or not.
it's hidden in plain sight, and they will always do it in your face. So in the future, they're gonna say, "Well, we showed you. We showed you how we manipulated you, and you guys didn't do a goddamn thing about it."
Yep.
So
Show, man.
yeah.
Damn good, brother. All right,
All right, man.
Dre. Thanks for
All
coming
right.
on and
Yeah.
Fam 305, the Awoken edition.
That's right. Yeah.
All
Woken.
right,
I'm
man.
about to take my ass to sleep. All right.
Me
Fam
too.
305.
Fam
Fam
305.
305. Later.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at the Fam 305.